Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zimbabwe Christian community. My name is Obert Mazivisa. I hope and trust that you are doing very well. You're good and blessed. This week I come back again with the program Zimbabwe Christian Community, the program that is designed to promote Zimbabwe Christians in whatever they are doing, wherever they are in the world. If you are a Zimbabwean, you are a Christian, you are doing something for the kingdom, or a business, a church, you are an artist, or an author like we have today, this is the program for you where we talk about it and we seek to promote it and to take it to another level as we at the same time minister to people's lives. So today I've got a program, I've got an interview that I have here with a lady, Epi Mabika, who have written a book called Success Gravity. And we want to go through the book and we see what is in the book, where you can get the book. So don't go anywhere. For now, let's listen to my Charamba song, Africa, which is a beautiful track again by a woman, a lady, a Christian from Zimbabwe. So that's Africa for you, ladies and gentlemen. Nasika, and this is I want to quickly go into the interview, want to quickly go into the talking. I know that we've been playing music over and over and over and over again. We have had enough of the music. We can never have enough of music, actually. So I've got ladies that I have here. Actually, I've got a beautiful panel here. I've got a lady by the name Epi Mabika, who is actually the author of the book Success Gravity. It goes on to say 7 keys to unlock your dream lifestyle. So if you are somebody who has got a dream, you've got a vision, you've got something that you will desperately to achieve, I urge you to just stay on, don't go anywhere, keep holding on, because the lady has got something to say today that is going to inspire and change your life. I'm joined again with Ruth, who's also a fan to Epi's writing. I'm joined with Diana, who's also a friend and a fan to Epi's writing, and they're also going to be sharing with us their experiences that they got from the book. So ladies and gentlemen, let me start speaking with Epi. Epi, how are you?
Oh, hello, Obert. Very well, thank you, and really excited to be on the show with you. I'm really grateful that you have found time slots for me to come and be able to share my experiences about the book. It's a great privilege and an honor for me to be here.
We thank God for your life. We thank God for what you have done. We do what God has allowed us to do. Can we welcome Ruth?
Hello, Obert. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm very keen to talk about the book because I've been very inspired by the book.
Beautiful. I also have Diana, Princess Diana.
Hey, Obert. I'm so super excited to be on this show. I'm just a fan of Epi's writing. I'm so excited to be speaking on this show. Thank you so much to have me today.
Thank you. We thank God too. I'm also grateful and happy to have you here in the program. And as I said off air, I said God must bless you, Epi, not Epi, Diana and Ruth, for actually finding it necessary for you to actually leave whatever you could be doing to come here and to support a writer, an artist. I always talk about it that people should be able to be proud of their own people from their own country, their own friends actually, proud of them because of what they are doing and what God is using them to do, proud of them and actually support them. So for you to actually set aside a time and be here with her, it's amazing. May God bless you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Now let's go into we want to talk to Epi first, and then I'll get back to you ladies. I want to know, can you tell us who is Epi? And the Epi is shortcut ire kana kuti ndo zita racho irori, you know.
Yes, thank you, Obert. My full name is Epiphania, which comes from a root word epiphany, and that means phenomenal or an awesome revelation. So I have a big mandate to live up to there and responsibility in my name. So I do actually love my name very much, and the easy shortcut, those that know me just call me Epi.
Wonderful. Tell us about your experience. I understand you are also a Christian, and a little testimony, a little talk about who you are. Are you actually a Christian, before I assume too much?
Yes, indeed. First of all, Epi is a child of God, bona fide, proud of it, unashamed child of God. I believe I've been planted on this earth with a mission and mandate, which is found in Proverbs 31, verse 8 to 9. And that says, speak on behalf of the voiceless, in the cause of all such as are called for destruction. Open your mouth, yes, speak, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but in there is found my mission, which is to be a voice to the voiceless, with an aim to help them find their own voice, because I believe all of us have a message in our voice. And I'll share a bit about my story a little later on about how I found my own voice. I'm also a last born of 6 children, and you'll find out why this is significant to my story. Professionally, I have a background in dentistry. I'm a dental hygienist and absolutely love my job. I'm living my dream job, and I know I'm a rare species. So now I've become a lifestyle coach, a motivational speaker, and also the author of my brand new book, which I believe we'll be discussing later, Success Gravity, 7 Keys to Unlock Your Dream Lifestyle.
Oh my God! Now that makes us be so expectant. It makes us lift up our expectation to hear some life-changing stuff here from you because of that intro or introduction that you've given to yourself. So for you to be able to speak like that, I'm so expectant. But anyway, tell us, so who inspired you to write, and why does it have to be a book? Why not just preach or write on Facebook or something?
Yes. But I've been a student of success for at least 10 years now. And what I have discovered is that there are various expressions to the success formula, with all the theoretical coins termed differently, but that the underlying principles are just the same. So after having applied these principles of success in my own life and seeing phenomenal results, and also studying the lives of those experts that, have achieved success on many levels, I've discovered the importance of condensing the truth of everything that I've discovered into a book that will serve you and all the listeners, that will serve them well, and it will shorten the learning curve of what success is. Now, the reason why I wrote a book is because I believe that a book is a legacy. It's going to outlive me. A book can go to places that I've never been to. It can be translated into different languages that I may never be able to speak myself. It has that power to cross and cut through any barriers. So for me, a book really represents my legacy that I'll leave, that will outlive me, and I can leave to my children's children.
Beautiful. Tell us about the audience, the focus, the targeted audience. Who is the targeted audience for the book? Because somebody might be listening here that were wondering, so where do I come in? What's the book? And is it for Christians? Is it for non-Christians? Is it for poor people or for rich people, professional people? Who is the actual target audience for your book?
Okay. Well, the book is for everyone. I haven't targeted Christians or non-Christians. It's for absolutely everyone, because my desire is to see people's lives transformed to a level where they can live a life that is successful on their own terms. So whether you're Christian, non-Christian, Greek, Jew, poor, rich, you are covered in this book. And if you're listening out there, and if you find yourself in any of these categories, then it's for you. Number one, if your work life is empty. Number two, if you're frustrated with life. 3, if you feel like your job is just a meaningless occupation just to get the bills paid. And 4, if you're just hanging in there for retirement, for you to finally do what you really love to do. What I've found is that your occupation, your daytime occupation, is a central component to a balanced life, because you spend most of your conscious day either at work or on your business or doing what it is that you do during the day. If you look at it in terms of hours, on average, we sleep about 8 hours a night. That leaves 16 hours. The other 8, if you work a 9 to 5, that means you're spending that time at work. And then the remaining third of the day, you're either traveling to and from work, cooking, cleaning, catching up with loved ones. Sometimes you find that there's really not too much time to do a lot of things. So it means that what you're doing during the day is very, very important and vital. That actually helps you to be able to get a balanced life, to enjoy life, to have time to spend with people that you love around. So a stay-at-home mom, for instance, she doesn't have to battle between, should I go to work and leave my children so that I get an income? She can have the best of both worlds by doing a home-based business or, doing something from the home that brings an income. For corporate workers, it's the same thing. Some people are just stuck in jobs that they totally hate. It's the kind of book that will help people discover their vocation and pursue the dreams that they love as well. So this book is for everyone who finds themselves in any of these categories. I've had to make it a wide topic and not niche on specifics, because being a motivational speaker, I find that there are a lot of topics that I can cover from the actual book. Because I speak a lot, I refer to the book a lot, so it actually helps to be wider in my topic in that respect.
Okay. Can you tell me, because we will go into the book as I speak with the ladies and all that. Can you tell me if you have learned any lessons from the writing process? Because right now there could be somebody who has got a passion to write. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. What would you say the lessons, or rather important, because every move has got its own lesson in it. So what would you say are the important lessons that you have learned from the writing process?
The writing process itself, for me, I had mixed emotions about it. At first, I was really excited because it's a vision that God gave me to write, and for this time, I have perceived that this is the right time for it, to be writing it. I encountered what is called writer's block, which you just sit down and you go blank all of a sudden. You know what you're supposed to do, but you just go blank. And that was frustrating at times, and I felt like giving up, just throwing in the towel. Why am I doing this anyway? But then I'll just remind myself that this is a mission and a mandate. I need to actually, if God has planted it, it has to be birthed out somehow. And it will be birthed out by me putting that pen to paper. So if someone is listening out there, just to persist, to persevere, it doesn't have to be perfect. The book doesn't have to be perfect when you're writing it. You don't have to edit as you're going along. Just write everything and write, and then edit later on. And really try and move away from perfectionism, because whatever you do is good enough for that season.
Oh, that's some valuable advice right there from Epi, who is the writer of the book Success Gravity. Now, if you just joined us, we are on the program Zimbabwe Christian Community. I am Obert Mazivisa. I'm joined here with Epi Mabika. Epi Mabika she's a writer and the author of the book called Success Gravity. And I've got two other ladies there. I'm going to be speaking with them as we come back. We'll go for a break a little bit. I'll be speaking to the ladies when we come back from the musical break. And the ladies are Diana and Ruth. They will be sharing with us their own experiences from the book that we've just had Epi talking about. They will tell us what they have learned from the book. They have tell us whether it works or not. It's better to hear from somebody else, not the writer herself. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will listen to a track by another lady from Zimbabwe. She's also an artist in terms of music, and her name is Jen Doka, and she says, "Proudly African." Here we go.
Inzwa
Yes, that's a track from Jane Noka right there, and she says, "I'm a proudly African, a godly African." Wonderful, beautiful track. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what God called you to be. That's what we are doing here, Zimbabwe Christian Community. We are here talking about the book called Success Gravity, written by Epi Mabika. Those of you who were with us earlier on, she talked about a number of things, and she gave us a little insight into what is in the book. And I'm sure those who have been listening, you can't wait to have your hands on the book. But I've got Diana, who I have here, and she is one of the people that has become fans of the book Gravity, Success Gravity. Can you just tell people your name, Diana?
Okay, hi there. My name is Diana. I'm a fan of Epi's writing.
Okay.
I was one of the first person to get the copy, and I just call myself blessed and privileged to have the copy.
My name, my favorite guy, Epi. How did you become one of the first ones having the copy? One thing that I always ask people is, did you buy the book? Did you just get the book?
She just gave it to me, so I call that unmerited favor. Right there.
Beautiful. Have you read it? Because you could.
I've read the book. I've read the book.
Yes.
And
tell us the experience about what would you say about the whole book? Your experience about the book.
Okay. Obert, I find it very extremely useful because it is simple to apply in my life.
Okay.
I've done some one-to-one coaching with Epi before, and this helped me to get some clarity regarding my career path, and it actually, helped me to get into what I was thinking to do as a career. So right now I'm heading to my clinical scientist. I was very excited to get the book because it is like your very own personal coach and midwife to help you birth the dreams inside of you. I enjoy the writing style and find the book full of wisdom, not just because I'm saying it because I'm a fan, but it's really full of wisdom. It is so easy to use as a reference manual. For example, if I have a problem with any relationship, whether it's marriage, whether it's friendship, I can go straight there and just find a solution. Same as goals and vision as well. I kindly highly recommend it to every single listener who is listening to it right now to order a copy, not just for yourself, but for everyone you love, whether it's your brother, your sister, or people in the church. It's just a gift for this season as we get into Christmas. This will just last not just for a season, but for the whole lifetime. Not just because you're giving a gift as to your friend, your loved one, as a dress or food, but it goes further to transform their life for good. I was very, very surprised as well because it's only 12 backs. Or with that amount of life-changing value, I would happily pay more than £12. It is really a good value. So it's just not about the money, but it's obviously what you get from there that will transform your life forever.
Do you have any specific chapter that you can share with us right now, or something that is a unique that you can pinpoint from the book that you can say this one touched me most in the book?
The one that touched me most in the book is in the very first chapter, the goals. For example, as we are approaching the new year, it will help you to set your goals appropriately. If you go to chapter 1, and it's on the page 33, she wrote there that says your goals must be big, not just small goals, but you must have to make them very, very big. So it really encouraged me that as I go into 2014, I should write my goals, not small ones, but very, very big goals.
Ooh, okay. So that you said a very important point there. We are approaching the new year. People struggle with everybody's thinking about resolutions, and sometimes you don't know where to start, about these resolutions. A very easy way is, as Diana said it here, very easy way, just get yourself a copy of Success Gravity, and it will guide you. You see, Diana says, he guide from there, do this, from there, do this, from there, do this. You know what I'm saying? So, very easy. What would you recommend others who are listening to? Somebody who is listening, Diana, what would you be your recommendation? What would you say to them in terms of the book in general?
I would just say I would recommend everybody to get a copy.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable price. It's only £12. But what you get from £12 is your whole life change and experience. So I recommend everybody who's listening to get a copy and just, read through it. Because it's just not talk about only the goals. It's got so many things into it. Integrity, your vision. Also, it talks about... It talks about your relationship, success, attitude, and as well it talks about your vision and time management as well. So I just encourage everybody to get it and just be blessed with it as you read it.
That's cool. Thank you so much, Diana, for actually taking time to be with here. Just stay there, don't go. I'll probably ask you a few more questions as we go on. I've got another lady here with me who is Ruth. Tell us your name and tell us whether you've got the book or you don't have the book. Are you a fan of the writing, or you're just somebody who just came across it and you had no option but to read it?
Hello, Obert. I am Ruth. I am a big fan of the writing. I've bought the book and I'm very excited to be a proud owner. Not only do I own a copy, I've actually had one that's been autographed by Epi with a special personal message to me that touched me even before I started reading the book.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Oh, no, can't I find more people like you? I think this world of artists would be great. So tell me, have you actually read the whole book actually so far?
I can tell you that I've read the book cover to cover twice, and I use it as a reference point as I go through life now.
Now that's more than just a fun. It's like tell us about the whole experience about the book, what it has done to you, what you know, just the experience of going through what she's written and what's in it. If you can explain it, yeah.
Sure. I mean, I think one of the things is I'm actually a hospital director. So I found the book quite helpful for me, both personally and professionally. On a personal level, I found it very inspirational. It's driven me to just want to do my very best at everything that I do. I think what I like about the way that the book is written, it doesn't tell you or dictate to you what success is. So it's allowed me to define success for myself. And right. You know, I feel that it's very personal to me. So I can apply it to any sort of aspect of my life. And again, because of the way that she's written the book, there are a lot of anecdotes and stories that she's put in the book, which make it very easy to remember certain things. You've got acronyms in the book, and it helps you to remember in certain aspects. But also, like I said, on a professional level, I think it's very helpful for me when I'm looking at my team and team building for staff. So it's not just for me to use, but for me to use in my personal life, but for me to use at work as well. So some of the chapters, for instance, that look at goals and goal setting, you've got on page 34. It talks about setting big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, sometimes that problem that I have with my team, where people may want to play small. Again, Epi talks about playing small in the book, and they're afraid to actually set big goals that are achievable. And she talks about how I'd be able to do that, and they're examples of team building exercises that I could use with my team. So it's very helpful. I've enjoyed the book.
Wonderful. You've already picked a few things that you have actually picked from the book that are specific to you as you went through and read the book. I'll ask you a question, the same question that I asked Diana earlier on. I asked you, what would be your words of recommending the book to anybody who is listening right now? If I give you an opportunity to recommend this book to somebody, what would be your words? What would you say?
I think I'd say to anybody that this is very well worth. It's a worthwhile purchase. It's a book that can actually change your life, because I think quite often you read all sorts of different motivational books, but this is one that you can actually go back to time and time again. The way that the book is written, it's actually got different sections within it. So I find that it's a book that I can go back to when I'm having different things going on in my life. So sometimes my barrier to success is about lacking goals. Sometimes my barrier to success is about lacking vision. And sometimes I'm just procrastinating. And depending on what's going on for me at that time, I can go to the relevant section in the book. And I think that's the best thing about the book. And that's why I'd recommend it to other people. It's not one that you can just read once and you put it down. And you can share it with other people as well.
Okay, that's beautiful. What I'm going to do, we're going to take a little break. I'm going to hear from you ladies again later on before we finish the program. But I want to go back to speak with the lady herself, Epi. She's going to share a little bit more light on one or two things. But for now, we're taking a musical break where we hear a song from another lady again from Zimbabwe, Fungisa Rakavapana, and she says Munukadzi Munu. From what we are seeing here, we can see a lady who is African, Zimbabwean, and she's actually changing lives. We're actually doing real things. So dreams are not only to be dreams. Dreams are not only things that you just dream and it ends there and you think, I should be this, I wish I could be this. But there are things that are real. There are things that you can actually experience. So this is the proof. A lady, a woman who is doing it. Let's listen to the song called Munukadzi Munu from Fungisai Jakavapano Masha Babe.
tichishungurudzwa tinochemera kuna amai remekedzai amai yavo amai munhukadzi kubva pamwanasikana havana sororo amai havana sororo amai maiwe mandishora manditarisira pasi mandishora manditarisira pasi mukadzi mwanasikana munhukadzi ahagone mwanasikana munhukadzi mandishora manditarisira pasi mukadzi mwanasikana munhukadzi ahagone mwanasikana munhukadzi munhukadzi kushaya hanya neni madirei kudaro ndipei mukana muone chipo changu nyika ibudirire tinoda sororo mwana ana sororo mandishora manditarisira pasi mukadzi mwanasikana munhukadzi ahagone mwanasikana mandishora manditarisira pasi mukadzi mwanasikana munhukadzi ahagone mwanasikana
This is Zimbabwe Christian Community. That is, ladies and gentlemen, that is track from Fungisai Shakavapano Shakanzi Munukadzi Munu Remekedza Amai Remekedza Munukadzi Vamuarno Rumika. They have got a problem. They can't respect women. They think women they shouldn't live their dream. They think women should. Or I can speak to married people and say, if you marry somebody, it does not mean that their dream have got to die. It does not mean that that woman is going to adjust and live your dream of life, because also she's a human being. She also has a dream that she also have to live. She probably was dreaming of a life where she has this wonderful husband, these children and all that. But now if it all becomes about you as the husband, then I think there is something wrong about that. So Fungisai says Munukadzi Munu, a woman is a Munu. What is a Munu? A person. Vanhu vandandinawo panapa avachadaire.
It's a person. It's a person. I'm still here, Obert.
Hi.
Okay.
Sorry, Obert. It's Diana back again.
Yeah, sure. That's all right.
Yes.
So yeah. I'll go back to Epi, who is the writer of the book. If you have just joined us, we are talking and discussing about a book called Success Gravity. I was looking at the on the book, the table of contents. Is it called the table of contents? We used to call it table of contents.
Yeah. It is called table of contents.
Is it still table of contents?
Oh yeah, it is all that.
Beautiful. For some reason, we don't want to go to table of contents. We just want to know everything by head. But anyway, as I was going through, I thought I should mention this, and then Epi would go take us through the whole book. Chapter 1 talks about goals. Chapter 2 talks about relationships. Chapter 3 talks about attitude. Tell you what, chapter 3 is my favorite.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah, because attitude, what you wrote about attitude, you're talking about, it's like life. I'll put in my own way. It's like life can give you anything, opposition, struggles, and all that, but how that affects you and your dream is your attitude towards that.
Yes.
So that's
Amen.
so powerful. Attitude is so influential. It's so powerful. What's your attitude? Let me not preach. Chapter 4 is speaking about vision. Chapter 5 is talking about integrity. Chapter 6, time management. Guess what? Time is the biggest problem to a lot of people. Time is a challenge. So I'm also gonna apply some of the principles that I've written there on time management. And then the last chapter is chapter 7, which says your contribution. Don't just pray, don't just fast, do something about it. But I'm not the writer of the book, you know what I'm saying? Because whenever you're writing, talking about something, you got your own vision. Epi Mabika, right here, she's going to take us through the book. Tell us what is in the book. What do you want us to grab from the book?
Thank you, Obert. It's great to be back. I'll answer the question by first. Sorry.
All right, go on. Sorry. Hello.
Yep.
Do I still have Epi? So Epi, take us through the book. Tell us what is in the book, what you're not trying to say, what you are actually saying. You're not trying, but what you want people to yeah.
Yes. I will start by actually laying down a foundation and the background of what the book is about, as in what gravity means, because some of you may be out there listening and you're thinking, gravity, what's all this gravity about? So I'll break it down for you. So firstly, as Obert beautifully put it, gravity is an acronym. Secondly, it's a paradox. And thirdly, it's a paradigm. So with the acronym, I'll just reiterate again just in case you're joining us. Gravity stands for goals, relationships, attitude, vision, integrity, time management, and your contribution. This is a simple formula that I've found that's easy for you to remember. If it's an acronym, you can easily remember. V stands for gravity, T stands for time management, and just remind yourself, have you got the right vision? Have you written down your goals? Are they big enough? Do you have the right attitude? Are you playing small? So it makes it easier that way. Secondly, on the paradox, I'm encouraging our listeners to think divergently. The first thing that someone thinks about when they think of gravity is something that pulls you down, something that's negative, it weighs you down. But it's to say, hang on a minute, gravity is an inevitable force. Whether you like it or not, you'll be subject to gravity. So why not work with gravity? Work with what works. And you find that divergent thinking is necessary for creativity, it's necessary for innovation, it's necessary for success. So once you adopt that prescriptive pattern of thinking, it actually helps you think like that and be geared more towards success. And then the third part is the paradigm of gravity. It's a shift in what we think. We can see that there are parallels to the law of attraction, if some of you are aware of it, which says that our actions gravitate towards our most dominant thoughts. So whatever we think about, and the Bible tells us, as we think in our hearts, so are we. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whatever you think about, you become. And gravity being a central magnetic force which attracts objects to all other objects, we can draw parallels from this. And some of you might be listening and thinking, I know gravity was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. So what has he got to do with all this? I've got an answer for you. On Sir Isaac Newton's monument, it's actually written, "Mortals, rejoice that there has existed such and so great an ornament to the human race." So my challenge for you, the readers, the listeners, is that those words or similar, they ring true for you when you die, when you depart from this earth, that they'll say, here lies a great ornament to the human race because of the work that you will have lived. So it encourages you to move from success to significance and get that success that is grounded because of the gravity. You don't want success that is fleeting away like a helium balloon. It just floats and you can't grasp it. You want success that is grounded, that you can pass on from generation to generation. Also, I'll give you an example of someone building a house. In terms of gravity, the goals would be the raw materials, which is all the necessary ingredients to build, the blocks, the bricks, cement, and everything. Those are the goals. If we look at relationships, it's the professions that actually do the building project. So what the builders, electricians, the carpenters, the decorators, everyone. The attitude will stand for the portals of entry that control what goes in and what comes out. As for vision, this is the blueprint. And anyone who's ever built a house out there, you know that you need the blueprint first before you even build. So vision is the blueprint. Integrity will stand for the structural architecture of the house so that it's strong, it's fortified, and it can withstand any elements like weather, harsh conditions, and rain. That's integrity. As for time management, it's the strategic phase completion of that house. And finally, your contribution, which I think is very important, is the actual physical manifestation of that house. So how that house will serve you and serve others that you have been called to serve in this generation. So I believe relationships are very important. That's the second chapter about relationships in terms of finding mentors and coaches, because coaches are able to help you get clarity of where you want to go. A coach, for example, will have gone to a place that you actually want to go. So it's sensible to hold someone's hand, actually being where you want to go.
Okay.
Another point that I like to reiterate to people is that you need to give yourself permission to be, to do, and to have everything that you ever want in this life. We only have one precious life. Some people think this is a stage rehearsal for the big thing, but we're actually here right now, and we are the main characters of our own life. So we need to take ownership of our life. Stop blaming others for you not being successful and you not being where you're supposed to be. Take full responsibility and map out a plan of how it is that you can find success. Once you define success for yourself, you can actually achieve it. Because at the end of the day, success is not cars, it's not houses, it's not a fat bank account, but it's what you dream and desire to go after in life.
Ooh. What a package.
I still have more, but
yeah, all there. Because if you empty it all, actually you can't, because you're just wrapping up. Because this book is actually loaded. It's actually loaded. I can say that and say that over again. The book is loaded. We are actually running out of time. I want you to just tell us where we can get the book. If somebody wants the book, where can they get it, and in which formats? Because some we might not be able to get, hard copies. Some of us we no longer read these hard copies. So, where else can we get? Can you get the book in other forms and formats at all?
Yes, absolutely. First, you can get it as a physical copy. If you'd like an autographed copy, you can visit our website, www.successgravity.com. It's currently under maintenance, but soon will be up and running. Amazon.com has copies available right now for you to order and purchase. So you can get either the physical version or the digital version. So we've covered also the tech-savvy people that don't like to carry books around. We also have an audio that we're working on. By the end of this month, it will be available. So we've covered all the different types of learners, the audio, the visual, kinesthetic, tech-savvy. You're all covered.
So on the audio, who will be speaking? Is it you?
No, I do have a professional that does voiceover, and she volunteered to be able to do that for me.
Would you tell us? Are you going to do any like a book launch or anything like that anytime soon?
Yes, we are actually planning to do a book launch in Zimbabwe, so back in the motherland, back to our roots.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, we're really excited about that. In December, the date and venue to be confirmed, but it is definitely happening in Harare. All the details will be found on our website, and we'll be able to let you know about the launch. But we are expecting quite a few corporations to attend, and a few dignitaries in Harare as well. So it's going to be a big event. And a charity gala as well to raise funds for charity. So we're very, very excited about the launch.
Wonderful. Right, take us just to peep in through, just being nosy, really. Is there any upcoming writing project at all? Any other book that is coming? Something like that?
Yes, but they say once a writer, always a writer. And after the first book, they say it's a lot easier to write up the next ones. Well, what I've found from the feedback that I've received so far, people are extremely excited about the book. And some people really want to know more about money management, finances, debt management, because debt has become a taboo that people don't like to talk about, but it's something that's very real in a lot of people's lives. So I will be writing a book about debt management and financial management.
Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. This is Epi Mabika, and she's a writer of a book. Very, very powerful book. Successgravity.com, still under construction, and it's being maintained, I should say. So if you need anything, you find it there. Are they allowed to contact you on Facebook?
Our Facebook page is going to be coming out soon as well, so it will be much easier to interact that way on our Facebook page. Success Gravity again.
Success Gravity again. Okay. So at the moment, the point of contact, you can go to Amazon.
Yes.
If you go Amazon.com, you'll find Success Gravity, and you'll be able to get yourself a copy of the book, either either like a digital download, or you can have actually a hard copy sent directly to you. I'm going to ask each one of you for your last words to the listeners, and then I'll ask Epi at the end about your message and advice to our listeners before we end. So I will start again with my mother told me to choose Ruth.
Okay.
Your last words. What would you want to say to the listeners before we go off air?
I think my last words are just that if you're looking for something that will change your life and something that will change your attitude and actually help you to achieve success that you define for yourself, not defined by other people, then this is the book for you. It's very enlightening. It's very life-changing, and I found it very helpful for myself.
Okay. Success that you define for yourself. That not the success that somebody will tell you or other people will tell you that you are successful, but to you don't consider it. Anyway, I won't keep on about that. Let's hear from the late Diana.
Hi there, Obert. I'll just say to people who are listening to concentrate on chapter 1 that talks about goals. It's found actually on page 33. Epi is actually quoted Daniel Burnham, who says, "Make no little plans, for they have no magic to stir a man's blood. There's no point in playing small and setting reachable obvious goals that don't require any stretching on your part. Goals within your comfort zone are not goals at all. So obviously don't make goals that are in your comfort zone, but try to make goals that are out of comfort zone, so then you'll be successful in your life."
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's some wonderful. You ladies, I think I would need to talk to you again. You seem like you are people who are also like. Anyway, you got some stuff. You got some things that people can learn from. Definitely.
That's right.
Your last words, Epi. What would you want the listeners to know? What would be your last words before we end the show?
Okay. As we began the show, I explained what my mission was, which is to be a voice to the voiceless. Now, I want to encourage our listeners that we all have a message in our voice. I'll share my story. I'll try to shorten it. I'm the last born of 10 children, and being the last born and from the culture that I am, they place emphasis on positional authority. So being last born meant I was last to dish out food, to bath, to speak, everything. And this doesn't mean that I grew up in a bad environment. I grew up in a very loving home. I love my parents, my brothers, my sisters, everyone. But that's just how it was with culture. So I took that mindset to school that I'm last. So when the teacher would speak and ask a question, I would be, I'd whisper out the answer, or I'd miss out on trophies because I was whispering and they couldn't hear me too loud. I'd almost wait for permission to speak because of that mindset that I had engrafted in myself. I remember even during a swimming contest, I was a very good swimmer, and I was about to beat the defending champion, and I looked up. Everyone was cheering, "Epi, Epi, Epi." When I looked up, I saw that I was about to be first, and then I stopped slightly and then got beaten. So when I was sitting down and analyzing all this, I realized that I got into self-sabotage. I told myself, how can I possibly be first? I'm the last born. That means I should be last in everything. So that mindset did not serve me very well. But the day that turned my life around was when I was invited to a youth camp, and by one friends, and at that youth camp, they told us, you need to tell us about your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your family, and everything. And they said you won't go to bed that night until everyone has spoken. So it wasn't a cruel exercise. It was just to be confident, to speak, and everything. So when I stood up, I was really surprised that, people were actually listening to what I had to say. There were no interruptions. They were smiling and nodding. And I was really surprised about this. So for the first time, I grew wings when I realized this, and I projected my voice. I realized how beautiful it was, and the confidence actually arose from there. So when I went back home and went back to school, there was no stopping me. I had confidence. I knew that what I had to say was important for people to listen to, and my whole attitude changed because of that. So just to encourage even our listeners, some people fear public speaking. To just go back into your childhood and see where it is. What was it? For me, it was being the last born. Others, it could be maybe you'd lift up your hands and say the wrong answers, then people would laugh at you. Or you'd speak with an accent and, people would laugh and you ended up not wanting to speak. But we all have a message in our voice. So whatever it is that made you fear public speaking, you can let go of that and embrace the message you have in your voice. If we look at Mother Teresa, her voice speaks of kindness. Martin Luther King, his voice speaks about his dreams. Mandela is forgiveness. You also have a message in your voice, so you need to let that voice be heard. And I am here as a coach. I'm available to help people find their voice and speak it. A voice is also a dream. Whatever dreams, hopes, and desires that you have, you have that boldness and that mandate to live out those dreams and to speak that voice. So don't lose out on this opportunity that you have in this precious life to be, do, and have anything that you've ever dreamed of. Because the last thing that anyone wants is, imagine you're on your deathbed and instead of the loved ones being there, you have those dreams coming to haunt you, those desires, those innovations, they come and they look at you angrily and they say, you did not give us the impression that we needed on this earth. We depended on you, and now we must die with you. That's not a good scenario to have. So you'd rather, release all your potential, all your dreams, all your innovations, make use of the time that you have right now. Think generationally. Don't only think about yourself today. Think about your children's children. Have 50-year goals, 100-year goals. Think dynasty beyond yourself. That way you can find that success that makes you significant.
Wow, thank you so much. I believe those that have been tuned in right from the start of the program, you can say this with me, that we have learned, we have picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a lot of things that we can say we have learned. But I tell you that all this is in the book Success Gravity. Find it, go to the website, go on Facebook, look for it, and make sure you find Epi Mabika. Whenever you see her, comment her about what she has done, encourage her, so that she knows that she's affecting people's lives. Sometimes we just keep it to ourselves, and then we wait when someone is dead. That's when we say, she was a great woman. Yeah. Better you do it now, she can still hear you. There we go. It's been a pleasure having you ladies here. It's been a pleasure having you, Epi, here on Zimbabwe Christian Community. Thank you so much for your time, coming here to share with us what God is using you to do. And I pray that God will continue to take you to levels that you have never imagined. Yeah, God will take you to wherever you have not even dreamt of going, places where you have never dreamt that God will take you there. Amen. You said you are already living your dream. We thank God. You said you're already living your dream, but I believe that God has got even more and more for you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us, Obert.
God bless you. Wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. That's the program for today, ending right now. That was a lady, Epi Mabika, and we were discussing and talking about her book, Success Gravity. And as I've said, find Epi Mabika, EPI Mabika, Mabika. Find her on Facebook. Find Success Gravity on Facebook, successgravity.com. That is online. And so grateful here. It's been a wonderful interview. I've known a few things. I've got a book, a copy for my own, and I'm going to use it as a manual. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you listening to a track which Epi requested. I did not just play it because it's my song, but she asked for me to play it. Yes. And this is my song called Baba, We Are Waiting, a song that I wrote because I was waiting for something that I wanted God to do, and I was giving up hope, and I thought it's not going to happen. And God reminded me that whatever He said in His word, if He said He is coming, it does not matter if it takes 4 years to come. He's going to show up, He's going to do it. And I wrote a song as a response to the word of God. I say, God, you know what? I am waiting for that day. Doesn't matter how long it's going to take, but I'll still hold on and I'll still wait. So I'll leave you listening to the song, Baba, We Are Waiting, and I'm expecting to see you again next week. Same program, same time, same radio station. May God bless you. May He continue uplifting you. Don't forget to look for the book Success Gravity. Have a wonderful week. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye for now.
This is Zimbabwe Christian Community.
We are waiting, and it fall fresh on
This is Zimbabwe Christian Community.